Hey guys, I'm Deepthi Desikan, and in this video we're going to be doing a full face of Mars Cosmetics versus Inside Cosmetics. I've done one such video comparing Mars versus Swiss Beauty a while back, and again that was a very well received video, but this time I don't have Swiss Beauty because I'm not very impressed with their new launches, especially like for the rest of the face. Lip products, yes, but I think they really need to step up their game, whereas these two brands are coming up with new launches left, right and center, trying to mimic the products in the international market. So that's what we're going to be doing. Let's get started. First up, for brows, I have Mars on this side and Insight on this side, which both of these are my favorite eyebrow pencils. This one is a little too stark for me. This is in the shade black, and this is also in the shade black, I believe, but this is a little bit more forgiving. So first applying the Mars one to this side. It doesn't feel very stark. I mean, it is dark, but you can go very like light-handed with it and it doesn't look bad. And this side is going to be Inside Cosmetics, which I do feel like because it's black, it's a little too stark sometimes, and I have to use it with a very light hand and very carefully, but it's a nice eyebrow pencil, like for the price. Especially if you have sparse looking brows, you would absolutely love this. Eyebrow pencils are something I don't really like to spend a lot of money on, so these two work out really well for me. You can pick and choose the brand you prefer. Both of this is really good. Now, moving on to my face. For primer, I feel like one brand has something for all over the face. Another one has one of the best pore filling primers. So we're going to be mixing both of this. So for all over the face, I'm going to be using the Mars Gripping Primer. This is a really nice primer that has that little bit of tackiness. It helps your makeup last a little bit longer. I'm not sure why Inside hasn't come up with a product like this. You know, they have all sorts of hydrating primer, clear primers, but not something that is like, you know, a little bit sticky and tacky like this, like the e.l.f. Power Grip one or the Milk Makeup. Towards the Insight pore filling side, I'm going to be using this Professional primer. For pore filling, I think Mars does have a primer that is pore filling, but it was not in stock on Nykaa. So when I wanted to place an order, I couldn't get it. But I've heard that this Mars Setter and Blotter Gel Compact works as a pore filling primer. I'm going to be trying that out. It's actually like a setting powder, but a lot of people try to use it as a pore filling one as well. Yeah, it's nice. It instantly blurs out the pores. I have a lot of like bumps on this side. It's instantly nice and pore filling. On the inside side, I'm going to be using the Inside Pore Minimizer Primer, which is also one of the best selling products, one of the best affordable alternatives for the Benefit Professional Primer. You can see how it instantly mattified the skin and makes the pores appear a lot less visible. And then for a glowy base, for the mask side, I have the Mask God's Glow Illuminator, and for the inside side, I have the Inside Radiance Filter. So first up, using the Mask God's Glow Illuminator, you guys know my thoughts on this. I find it to be a little bit too thick and metallic, and the shade match is not that good. I have this one in the shade Caramel, which a lot of you guys were like, you should pick up another shade, but Caramel is supposed to work out for people of my skin tone, right? A lot of people do still like this, but it's just not for me. I feel it to be looking a little too metallic. The Inside Radiance Filter, however, I really like. I find it to be very natural looking, just that it is very heavily fragranced, but I like the consistency and the texture of this. This is how both of these products look side by side, and honestly, I love the Inside side so much more than the Mars one. The glow is more visible for me personally from the Inside Radiance Filter. So for foundation, I thought of all of the means that I can cover, you know, a lot of these foundations. Not that any one brand has really great products, but Mars has these Skin Perfection Color Correcting BB Cream, which is one of their best sellers. It's a very affordable product and great for everyday use. They also have this high coverage foundation. They also have another foundation which is a little bit more dewier than this. And Insight, in my opinion, hasn't like mastered the foundation area. They have this True Skin Serum Foundation, which is a little too light in terms of coverage for me. I don't really like the shade match of this as well. And they have this Insight HD High Coverage Dewy Finish Foundation, which is a really nice foundation. And I really like how it looks on my skin. It looks very expensive, but also not a lot of shade options available. So in this video, I'm going to be comparing the Mars BB Cream versus this, because I feel like they have similar sort of finishes, at least lighter in terms of coverage compared to the other foundations. So taking the Mars foundation on this side, I think I'm in the shade medium beige or tan. Both of it works for me. This is a little bit thicker, so you just need lesser product with the Mars one. I first applied one layer, now building on the coverage. It's starting to cake up on my skin, so it's not a very buildable product. Just keep it at very light coverage and it looks very natural and skin-like. For this side, I'm going to be using the Insight foundation in the shade MN30, which is actually, from what I remember, a pretty good match for my skin. It's super orange. There was a time I used to use very orange foundations. So if you believe that I was a shade twin and bought some foundations, I'm very sorry. I don't know why. I used to like very orange looking foundations. This Insight foundation has better coverage, better finish. It doesn't look extremely dewy, extremely matte, but gives you really good finish. And it doesn't emphasize anything on the face as much as the mask one does. And little goes a long way. So this is what these products look like side by side. Now for concealing and color correcting, I've noticed that most of these Indian brands, like these affordable brands particularly, don't really have good color correctors. They also have concealing palettes, like Insight has a really good concealing palette, but Mask doesn't, okay? So I'm not comparing those. So in terms of like color correcting and concealing palette, you can try out the Insight HD palette. It is really nice, creamy, long lasting. And Mask, they do have another palette, which I think I gave away because I didn't really like the smell on it. I didn't really like the shade match on myself and just didn't really like the way it performed. So for color correction, I'm just going to be using this Insight Skin Touch Longwear Stick Concealer. This is in the shade Medium Orange Corrector. So they come up with a lot of color correctors actually. Just that it's not pigmented enough for me in my under eye. Now for concealer, hands down one of my favorite concealers or from any affordable brand, but Mask particularly, is this Mask Cancel Concealer. This is so good in terms of coverage, the finish, lasting power, the way it looks underneath the eyes and everything. Just that the shades are not that great, not very inclusive, but if you can find a shade for yourself in this, you would love it, absolutely. Like it just sits so beautifully underneath my eyes, doesn't exaggerate, emphasize anything. So that's a great thing. Now for Insight Cosmetics, these are some of their more popular concealers. You can try out whichever one you like. I'm going to be mixing both of it and showing it to you guys. This one is their No Smudge Concealer, which is not very loved by a lot of people. I don't know why, but for me, for some reason, it always looks amazing. It lasts very well. It's not very great in terms of coverage, but a lot better than this air-based concealer. So this certainly has more coverage than this concealer, which I have swatched in my previous videos. This is a little bit more lightweight, light to medium coverage, and sort of light medium coverage, and also not very long lasting. But this one for some reason lasts a lot better underneath my eyes. And then for powder, I have this Mask Trend Setting Powder in the shade Banana. I'm not sure if this is still available. This is a nice loose powder if you want to try out. I mean, it's a little better for people with oily skin. I feel like for me, it can be a little heavy, so I just don't use it as much. But I used to swear by this. I still do. This one is the Insight Banana Loose Powder. There's a little bit... This feels so much more lightweight than the Mask one and very forgiving on you, even if you have dry skin. There is no shortage for blush in the Indian market. I feel like every other brand just comes up with blushes. So you can try out these liquid blushes. This one is something I picked up from Insight just for this video. Mask also has a liquid blush, so I'm just going to demo some of it. So this one's in the shade Coral Sorbet. These are very pigmented blushes, so little again goes a long way with this. Just that tiny drop gave me this much coverage. And for the Insights one, I have this liquid blush in the shade Berlin Brown. Okay, this is a little bit more dewy, I feel like, than the Mask blush. But both of them really good pigmentation. And I feel like the Mask one would last a lot longer. But my favorite blushes from each of these brands, from Mask, has to be the Blush Hour Liquid Blush. This is in the shade Horizon. They have very beautiful deep shades. From Insight, I don't know how many of you guys remember this blush in Dusty Rose. Used to be my go-to. I used to recommend it in every other video, used it a ton. And this is a really nice blush as well. It's very beautiful and dewy on the skin and quite pigmented. I forgot about that. It's super affordable. It's for like 100 rupees, but a great blush to try out. For highlighter, Mask has recently launched this liquid highlighter, which is like so good for the price, and this compares to a lot of high-end highlighters. The formula is so thin, but it just gives you that shine without looking too glittery, shimmery, nothing like that. Oh, I just love it. And for inside, you can use their liquid highlighter, which is also really nice and natural. Let me show it to you guys on my hand. This also has a nice sheen to it, but it's not as smooth as the mass one. This has a lot of shimmer particles to it and can be a little bit metallic. But what I really like from inside is this cream highlighter. This one is in the shade 03 Angelic Beauty. It looks so much more natural. It's so much more wearable and looks a little bit more balmy and glowy on the skin. But yeah, compared to both the highlighters, which one should you pick up? Mass, of course. Now coming to bronzer, both of these brands lack bronzers to a great extent. I feel like that's the case with a lot of Indian brands. Instead of launching just blushes and lipsticks, you can launch bronzers, contours, and so many other options like that. Good foundations, good foundation with good shade range. I think that's also something that we seriously lack. Now moving on to eyes. For the mass side, I'm going to be using the Mass Blooming eyeshadow palette. And for the insight one, I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette that I picked up recently. I feel like they do have somewhat similar color scheme. So I'm going to be doing both these eye looks side by side. Now sort of taking this light brownish shade on my transition. On this side, from inside, I'm going to be taking this shade. This is also a nice matte shade. Nice and pigmented. Now for shimmer on the mass one, I'm going to be taking this nice goldenish shade, which is really nice foily, but it's not a chunky shade at all, and it has that reflex. For the insight one, I'm going to be taking the same gold shade. This is a nice shimmer, but it doesn't have that foily effect. If you wanted to use this as a base shimmer or something, you can use, but I just expect a little bit more. I want that reflex, that metallic look, but without a lot of fallout, which I feel I get it with the mass eyeshadow every time. And this was like you can see the difference. This looks a little bit chalky and dusty. This one looks more foiled. And that was my feedback for the brand when they had come to me a while ago, that, you know, they need to improve their shimmer shades, but looks like nothing much has changed. I'm going to be lining using the black eyeshadow in both the eyeshadow palettes. Also, something that we have to give a shout out to Mass is they have really nice makeup brushes as well, which I feel Insight doesn't. I wiped off that brush and using it for the Insight eyeshadow, taking this black shade. Even this black is really nice, just not, this is sort of like a gray black, that's like a black, so it depends on the intensity you want to choose. You can choose whichever one that works the best for you. So you can see this one looks a little bit more foily, this one doesn't. So I'm going to match up this side to the other eye because this shimmer is not enough. I feel another thing that both the brands could do is launch more such duochrome eyeshadows. This formulation of mass duochrome eyeshadows are so nice. It's nice and soft but not glittery. It just looks really nice and put together. It's just like a one and done eyeshadow. I feel like these brands can come up with that, or maybe a more inclusive eyeshadow palette, a smaller eyeshadow palette but with duochrome shades. Oh my god, the options are so much. I mean, it's like the world is your oyster if you want to try out and test out and you have the budget for new makeup. Next, for mascara, on this side I re-bought the Mars Fabulash mascara because this used to be one of my favorite. I don't remember using this, of course it's been a while. It's a nice mascara, but I don't see it adding that same amount of length and volume it used to, and it's also become extremely wet, which is a little bit messy. And on this side I have this Insight Professional Volume Max mascara. I just got it, took it out of the tube, it's broken. Now for lips, there are varying categories in both the brands. They have a lot of lipsticks, liquid lipsticks and everything. They have different shades in each one depending on your preference. But if I had to resort to one brand for trying out lip products, I think with variety it has to be Mars, because they have a lot of lip products, especially duping Korean lip tints and all of that, which I feel like I've not found yet in Insight Cosmetics, but they do have really nice lipsticks and really nice shades. And then for lip crayons, I have the Insight one on this side and the Mars lip crayons. So the Insight one, I picked it up in the shade Toasted Mauve. Okay, they don't really mention the shades on this. I think it's called Toasted Mauve, and the Mars one is in Girl Power. Both of these are really nice lip crayons, very long lasting, comfortable and matte. The Mars lip crayon in the shade Girl Power is one of my absolute favorite, but I'm trying to match it with this side, which again, the Mars lip crayons don't really have very muted shades. Yeah, they either have such pale shades or deep shades, but not really muted shades. And I feel like the inside lip crayon is a little bit more forgiving on the lips than the mask one, and also pretty much long wearing and pretty transfer proof. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you would try these brands out. Which one is your favorite? What are the products you like from each of these brands? Let me know in the comments down below. And let me know if you want to watch such brand comparisons in the future as well. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.